Okay, so Dating versus Courtship by Paul Jahil. I don't know how you say that. But, so this is what it looks like. No, the happy couples, Dating versus Courtship. This is a good book. Like I said in my last video, I love it. So, this is a religious book. But again, I ask you guys to just listen. Like, even if you're not religious, please listen. Please stay tuned for it. It's going to be a good series, and I promise this isn't going to be, like, all in a row. Like, I'm going to do other videos in between, so those of you who are like, I don't want to listen to that, blah, 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 you know, like, whatever, then, you know, I'll keep you entertained. Don't worry. So, but for those of you who are awesome and have decided, oh, I want to read this, I want to see what she has to say because I care about her opinion, I care about others' opinion, and I care about our failing generation. Okay. I mean, it's true. Okay. Anyway, so, for those of you who care and want to hear my opinion and this guy's opinion, then please stay tuned. And thank you for watching and listening and stuff. But again, I highly suggest that you get this book. It's really, really good. I love it. And also, yeah, can follow along. Oh, and for those of you who are not Christians or of any religious belief, please stay tuned. Like, there are, like, seriously, like, so many true things in this book. Like, okay, I've been on the religious side of things, and I've been on the not so religious side of things. Like, okay, I've always been a Christian, but, you know, I struggle. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Like, there was a time when I completely stopped being Christian, and I was actually agnostic. So I kind of know what it's like to be, like, you know, like, on the other side of the fence. Kind of, a little bit, not really, kind of, a little bit. Anyways, so, but you know, these things, so from that, like, not really faithful, whatever, side of me, like, I can see how these things apply. Like, you know, on, like, I don't know. But anyways, my point is, this is a religious book, so, but please stay tuned, because there are so many true things, and, like, I honestly think we should try and change our, um, later generations, just for the good of it, you know, because, yeah. Okay, so let's begin. So, dating versus courtship introduction. It is time for Christians to wake up and plan ahead for the next generation. Not only Christians, I think everybody in America, in the world, should be listening to this because it has a lot of good advice in it. So, I'm going to change that a little bit. It is time for people to wake up and plan ahead for the next generation. So, Christians and just people in general. Okay. Across America and around the world, we have become experts at identifying the evils of our day. We lament the high rate of divorce, abortion, and the number of teens who are practicing fornication and yet wishing at the same time to be released from its consequences. So for those of you who are like, forna what? Okay, fornication is pretty much like sex before marriage. So, yeah. Okay. We live in a society that is more concerned with treating symptoms than their causes. This book is designed to declare a trumpet call for such a time as this. When we are intoxicated with detecting symptoms, repeating slogans, pet phrases, and quick fixes, it is time for the root of the problem is revealed and dealt with clearly. Not that this is a pioneer effort. Much has been gleaned by those from whom I have studied prior to 1976, when a way was being paved in the 20th century wilderness of premarital preparation and counseling. I'm sorry, my brain just went like blank and I forgot how to read for like a second there. Okay. To my delight, the number of other books and calls to true purity that have been arisen since 1976, when I first put my pen to paper on this topic, has been refreshing. It is time for believers to recognize believers and people, to recognize that most of the weeds that choke off the fruit in the teen years was grown by the adult generation. Hang on, I gotta get a drink of coffee. Okay. Okay. So basically, what he's saying with the fruit, when he said it is time for people, believers and people, to recognize that most of the weeds that choke off the fruit in the teen years was grown by the adult generation. What he's saying is basically like the purity and like everything, because there were generations before our generation when they were like goody two shoes. And what he's saying is that the reason why our generation has become the way it is, like the reason why we have like slipped into like teen pregnancies and abortions and like all those other like terrible things in the world, is because of the generation before it. Alright, my brother's home, I think. Yeah. Okay, anyways, I don't know why I said that. Okay. We choose the battles we fight. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna start over on that. We choose the battles we will fight when our children are young. Which is true. If we ignore the area of passion, we will fight a war of lust that comes from our own making years later. Okay. Lust is bad. Okay, I'm just putting that out there. Lust is very bad. It's no bueno. Don't aim for lust. Okay, just saying. So for guys and girls or whatever, if you're doing something for your own like needs or satisfaction, that's probably lust. Just saying. Okay. Alright. Wait, did I read that? If we ignore here. Okay. My intent when initially writing this book was to blend together the following key ingredients for parents and teens to regain the foresight necessary to see another generation of purity arise in the land. So basically he's saying, I hope this book has a big movement and people get their heads screwed on straight. That's my hope too. That's really not really what he said, but that's my version of what he just said, kind of. Okay. Love fulfills the law. Love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore love is the fulfilling of the law. Romans 13:10. That was a Bible verse for those of you who have no idea what I just said. Basically it's saying, love doesn't sicken his neighbor. So basically he's saying, like, love isn't, like, this refers to lust. It doesn't hurt your neighbor. It doesn't hurt the girl that you just had sex with and left. Like, it doesn't hurt. Like, if it satisfies you and it hurts someone else, it's lust. If you've done something and it fulfills them, I don't even know. I'm just gonna stop because I need to, like, therefore love is the fulfilling of the law. So basically, I don't know. We'll get into that later. It's basically saying, it's hard to explain, man. Okay, so it's basically saying that if your satisfaction hurts someone else, it's probably lust. Like, for instance, teen guys, if you want to have sex with your girlfriend and she goes and you guys have sex and then you guys break up and it's hurting her, or you know you just keep sleeping with her for your own satisfaction, that's pretty much lust. You're lusting after her. You don't love her, you're lusting after her. Because, like, you know, I mean, you're doing it for your own satisfaction. You're not really doing, like, you really have to search your heart. Like, are you doing it to show her how much you love her? Which, I'm not promoting sex before marriage. Do not do that, by the way. Sex before marriage is a big no-no. But what it's saying is, if you're having sex just for your own satisfaction, which is what most teen boys do. I'm not gonna lie, okay? And that's lusting after her. But let's say a married couple, like when they're, you know, sleeping together, they're doing it to show each other love and passion. Now this is getting a long video, so I'm going to continue this in another video. On the next one, I'll upload it like right now. So yeah, stay tuned for the second part of the first intro. So yeah, bye for now.